What's up, Knicks fans? Welcome to Knicks Latest, hosted by me, Josh Rodriguez. We are going to be here almost every day for the rest of the season. We just got started about last week. Definitely trying to get an audience here of Knicks fans who love the Knicks, who support the Knicks, who are optimistic about the Knicks, who also can be critical about the Knicks, looking to build a community. So if you want, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought about last night's game because it was a heartbreaker. Actually, let's get right into it. The Boston Celtics defeat the New York Knicks 119-117 in overtime, a game in which I felt, and I'm sure you felt as well, that the Knicks should have won. Just overall, man, in a season where the Knicks have won 50 games and are probably going to win 50 plus, it's very disheartening to know that they can't beat the Celtics, they can't beat the Cavs, they can't beat the Thunder, they can't beat the Lakers. It kind of creates this whole, I don't want to say narrative, but a whole feeling of like, what is this all for, right? If the Knicks cannot defeat the teams that they are going to have to go through to win an NBA championship or can't even compete with them, it's almost like, what's the point of even being optimistic going into the playoffs? And I was looking forward to this game because I felt like it would have been it was a great litmus test for the Knicks. The Boston Celtics had 6 guys on the injury report before the game. The only one who missed the game was Al Horford. Jaylen Brown ended up playing 22 minutes, didn't really play well at all, so he didn't really have an effect on the game. Even towards the end, Joe Mazzulla did sit Kristaps Porzingis, who had an amazing game. So if we're being real with ourselves, the Celtics weren't at full strength. This is not the Boston Celtics team that we're going to see in the second round if the Knicks so happen to get past the Pistons or the Bucks in the first round. So with that said, catching an L is very disappointing, especially when you have a 3-point lead, 11 seconds left. Time and time, we've seen this again with this team. They don't foul. Tatum, beautiful move over OG, hits the 3, go into overtime, lose the game. Just a heartbreaking way to lose in a game where, for the most part, the Knicks looked like they were going to win. I mean, for that beginning stretch of the third quarter, 8-0 run, Celtics go into zone, Knicks don't know what they're doing, kind of got confused, and then they dug themselves a hole that they came all the way back from in the fourth quarter, and once they took the lead there, thought they were going to win the game. Even when they were down a little bit, I thought they were going to win the game. They fought back. They showed character, some character that they haven't showed against the Celtics all year, quite frankly. Against the better teams all year, quite frankly. They've lost by double digits most of the year to teams that, are ahead of them in the standings. The Knicks fought back. They came back. I thought for the most part, everybody played well. Mikal Bridges definitely leaves more to be desired. He's been disappointing this year. The play at the end where he fumbled the basketball, went out of bounds, just kind of encapsulated what he has been this year for the most part, even though he's had some good moments here. I thought OG struggled offensively, but outside of that, for the most part, I thought offensively the Knicks played a very good basketball game. Jalen Brunson, 27 points. He looked like he's back, 10 assists. He was moving well. Karl-Anthony Towns on the offensive end was incredible. He was so aggressive, attacking the paint. It was exactly what I want to see from him, especially when you have somebody who's undersized. I have nothing bad to say about the way Cat played offensively. Defensively is another story. The Celtics are just going to continue to pick on Karl-Anthony Towns. That's what it's going to be. At the end of the day, we can talk X's and O's and, sets and all that good stuff, but they're going to put Karl-Anthony Towns in a position where he's going to have to drop on Jason Tatum, or he's going to have to switch. Can't guard him. They don't play the pick and pop well. Anytime they do the pick and pop, Karl-Anthony Towns is nowhere near Kristaps Porzingis to even contest, and the weak side defender isn't committing all the way. So that's going to have to adjust. It's something that sounds very simple that the Knicks are going to have to fix, but that's the game here. What do you do in that situation? Do you switch completely? Do you hedge and recover? The drop doesn't seem to work because Karl-Anthony Towns drops too far. He can't recover, or Tatum has a 3 uncontested or barely contested. It's just deflating as a Knicks fan. This is a game where Karl-Anthony Towns played 42 minutes. Brunson played 38, fresh off of an injury, so I'm not even comfortable with that. Bridges, 37 minutes. OG played 41, and Josh Hart played 47 minutes. You played your best players most of the game, and even with Jaylen Brown sitting, even with Al Horford out, even with KP on somewhat of a minutes restriction, you can't come away with the victory. It doesn't give you much optimism going forward for a second round series against this team. You haven't beat them once. You can't beat them when you're at full strength and they're not. Or you're at full strength for the most part and they're not. Deflating for sure. Now, if you want reasons to believe, I can give you those. Let's change the mood a little bit here, right? Karl Towns on the offensive end was fantastic, right? I thought offensively the Knicks played well. Josh Hart didn't shoot the ball well, but I thought he had a really good floor game. I thought his energy was up. It's the Josh Hart that we've grown to know and love. You know, you're going to take games where he's not shooting the ball well, but if he has 11 rebounds and 7 assists, you're going to take that every time. I thought he played well defensively, offensively. Brunson looks like he's back. I have no worries about him going forward. I thought it was kind of crazy playing him 38 minutes, but you know what? He did it. I'm interested to see how the ankle feels tomorrow or going forward, but he did. He had 27 and 10, so that's a great sign. I thought Deuce played well, injected a lot of energy, both offensively and defensively. Mitchell Robinson gave good minutes, had a nice block on a switch. I expect him to play more minutes against the Celtics going forward, especially defensively. You know, I'm way more comfortable seeing Mitchell Robinson switch on a pick and pop or pick and roll than I am Karl-Anthony Towns. I don't know how you avoid that with Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor, but Mitch is somebody who I think is going to get more than the 15 minutes he got. Cam Payne had a nice second half, hit a couple huge threes, or hit a huge three in the second half to cut the lead to 3. I thought he played well. I don't think the Knicks played bad, and I don't think the Celtics played bad either. So even though I'm saying all these things about how Jaylen Brown didn't play, how Porzingis was like kind of limited at the end, how they had no Al Horford, Jason Tatum was incredible today. Porzingis hit one from the literally the K in the Knicks logo from 40 feet out. The Celtics played really good today. So it's not like the Celtics played a D game, a C- game, a C game, and handed the Knicks an L. That's not what happened. And the Celtics played great. Jason Tatum hit some unreal shots. You can say whatever you want about Mikal Bridges and his defense, but he played as good as defense you could play with Jason Tatum. And sometimes you just take your tap. Congratulations, you made a fantastic shot. That's how I'm choosing to look at Jason Tatum and what he did to Mikal Bridges on that end of the floor. So if you want reasons to believe, I think you can take away the fact that they played them better than they played them all year. It was a game that they were supposed to win. It was a game that they should have won. It's a game that they could have won. They looked like they belonged on the same court as the Boston Celtics, unlike the other games where it looks like the Celtics were on another stratosphere. It did not look like that today. The Knicks looked like they were a formidable team. They played tough. They out-rebounded them. The offensive rebounds were huge. You're going to need those extra possessions. They didn't shoot the 3-ball well, but I thought the hustle was there. I thought even though they're still having a hard time guarding the pick and pop, I thought they did a little bit of a better job guarding the pick and roll, getting out in transition. There are reasons to believe. There's reasons to believe for me, though, that it's going to be a competitive series, not so much a series that the Knicks can win. You know, I needed to see the Knicks come out here and not just win, but win pretty handily and to look like they figured out a little bit of what the Boston Celtics do. And it's not even so much figuring something out, right? It's just being able to limit the Boston Celtics and what they can do. The Boston Celtics want to get you in rotation and they're moving the ball around. They're hitting open threes. It's kind of a pick your poison type of thing. But at no point did the Knicks make them look uncomfortable. That's what I was looking for. But if you want reasons to believe, I think the Knicks kind of gave you some reasons to believe. I can give you reasons as to why you should be optimistic. I just listed them. Brunson played well. Towns played well offensively. OG played well defensively. Kind of wish he had a better offensive game. Even with OG having a subpar offensive game, they were still right there. Still could have won. But overall, back to reality. Just don't see it. I just don't see it. With that said, the Knicks' magic number is now 1. It's still 1, actually, because they could have clinched the 3rd seed today. They didn't. The Indiana Pacers play the Cleveland Cavaliers later on tonight. If the Pacers lose that game, the Knicks are your 3 seed. If the Pacers win, the Pacers still have contention to be the 3 seed there. The Knicks do play the Detroit Pistons on Thursday. That is looking like what's going to be the matchup here if the Knicks stay the 3 seed, the 3-6 there. The Pistons do lead the series 2-1 in the regular season. So again, didn't think this when I looked at the schedule to start the week, but this is a litmus test or just kind of all right, well, let's see where we're at against a potential playoff team. The Pistons don't put the fear of God in me. They don't scare me much, but they are 2-1 against the Knicks this year. They are a young, inspired team who can shoot the basketball, who have a playmaker in Cade Cunningham who, like I just said about Karl-Anthony Towns, guarding pick and roll, who will put Karl-Anthony Towns pick and roll and make him guard you and make decisions off the pick and roll, would be a very annoying team to play. I expect the Knicks 100% to come out and win that game, though. Don't know if the Pacers win tomorrow against the Cavs. Depends on who plays and who doesn't. But even if the Pacers do win that game, I expect by Thursday night, this magic number is going to be 0, and the Knicks are going to be your 3 seed. So let me know what you think about the Knicks-Celtics game that we just witnessed last night. If you think the Knicks can actually compete with them in a 7-game series, are you optimistic? Are you taking the somber tone that I've decided to take? Kind of a realist tone in my mind, but give me reasons to believe. Drop a comment. Make sure you subscribe to the show. We'll catch you tomorrow for a preview of Knicks Pistons and for another episode of Knicks Latest. Peace.